Welcome back. Brazil and Japan face each other today for the round of 32 right here in Houston. We know these World Cup matches and watch parties can get very loud, but did you know some of them are hitting levels that are causing hearing damage? I spoke with a doctor of audiology about what he's hearing about World Cup noise.
So let's start with the basics, Doctor. Thank you for joining us. How loud can some of these World Cup matches and these fan festivals and all of these other watch parties get? Put this in perspective for us.
Thank you for having me, Alona. Just during this World Cup alone, some measurements were made for Argentina's home opener at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Throughout the game, levels of noise were measured at between 95 and 100 decibels regularly. And during the time when Messi scored his hat trick goal, the levels peaked up to 115.7 dB. So this is extremely loud. This is as loud, the 100 dB, this is as loud as a lawnmower. And then upwards to 115, this can get even noisier, like being around an aircraft engine.
Okay, so this is like way, way up there.
Yeah, this is very loud.
Okay, so a lot of fans are leaving some of these events with ringing ears. What does that tell us, and should we be concerned?
So with ringing in the ears, that's oftentimes a sign that you've been overexposed to noise. When you have ringing in your ears after a concert, sporting event, firing weapons, these types of things, we should address that by having a complimentary hearing evaluation. We can do that at any HearUSA around the nation. But that can be signs of damage that doesn't have to occur instantly. It could occur later on down the road, but ringing in the ears is not a good thing.
Okay, and so it's basically a warning sign. It may be damaged, it may not be damaged, but it's just something that we should pay attention to.
Sure, and it's a warning sign that we've probably been overexposed to noise.
Yeah, probably no question at some of these events for sure. Okay, so we don't want to miss out on any of the fun. We want to experience the World Cup, whether it's actually at a match or at a watch party. How can we do that? What are some simple precautions that we can take to do so safely?
So as simple as just wearing earplugs. Oftentimes concert goers will report that the sound at an event sounds better when they're wearing earplugs because it cuts down on distortions and things like that. You could consult with an expert at HearUSA about custom hearing protection, of course, and then things like taking a break. If you're at a watch party in a loud venue, get outside for a few minutes here and there to give your ears a break, and just try to stay away from loudspeakers and things like that.
Okay, take a pause. So if we do feel like, look, I'm hearing the ringing or I've got muffled hearing and maybe it's the day after the event, things haven't returned to normal, and I want to go see someone, what does that process look like? And what is it that you all start by looking for?
So it's very simple. At HearUSA, we'll guide you through the intake process. Usually we'll do a question and interview session, much like this, talking about your hearing, what you've been exposed to, and then do a hearing evaluation that will measure the sound levels you're hearing at the time and see if there's been any loss there.
Okay, and you all have a website that we could go to with some more of these resources?
Of course, it's HearUSA.com.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We want to have fun, but we do want to stay safe as well.
Of course. And go USA.
That's right. Go USA. Thank you.